Okay, boys and girls, we're going to be reading a new story this week, and it is called Dear Dragon. And before we even begin our story, I want to introduce you to the new vocabulary in the story. So we're going to be working on this page called New Words. Now we have more words and we have spots for them, so you're going to have 2 pages for that. If you're in class, you have a front and a back. If you are one of our e-learners, I'm giving you 2 pages to do that. So we're going to discuss those words. We're going to write down the meanings of those words today. Okay? So I have got our word cards for our story, Dear Dragon by Josh Funk. So let's start, and we're going to start discussing our new vocabulary. You may have heard of some of these words, and maybe you haven't, but nevertheless, these will be words for us this week. Now our first word that we're going to write in the box is the word projects. 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 Everybody write that in your first box. Oh, and here we have, our card looks like this, projects. And projects, that's a noun. Everybody say projects.
Projects.
We've all heard this word, haven't we, boys and girls? Because we do projects. And projects, don't write anything down until I write it, are tasks that take time and effort to complete. So it's nothing more than tasks that take time and effort to complete. And so here's an example here. The students presented their projects at the science fair. Now I had a big project the other week when I cleaned out my very, very messy and dirty garage. It had accumulated a lot of stuff. So that was a project. Does anybody else have a sentence for the word project? Elisa.
We did a project on Friday.
You did a project on Friday. One more sentence, please. Libby?
In class, we did an Art to Remember project.
Yes, in class we did an Art to Remember project. And didn't it turn out awesome? That was an awesome project. I loved it. Oh, and this girl is wearing a uniform skirt like yours. So that is so cool. I love it. She's got a plaid on like your plaid. Okay, so for projects, this is what we're going to write. Projects, tasks. Tasks are jobs, boys and girls. That would be a synonym for jobs. Tasks that take time. And effort, because projects take effort. To complete. Okay, so let's write that. Yes.
In the beginning, they all start with T, what we were doing last week, they all start with T.
They also what?
In the beginning, they're like tasks that take time.
Yes, Juliana. Okay, so projects. And that is a noun, boys and girls. Projects. We enjoy doing projects, don't we, boys and girls? We like a good project. Okay, projects. So that's our first word we're working with is projects. Now this is a word I'm pretty sure you know. This is the word assign. Everybody say assign. And that's a verb. So if someone assigned a task to you, he or she gave you some work to do. So assign just means someone gave you some work to do. And here's our example sentence. The teacher assigned a lesson for us to complete together. Assign. Oh, you know what I'm noticing about this word? It has ed on the end. Can anybody tell me what ed on the end of a word means? What does that mean? Oh, I see lots of hands up. What does that mean when we see ed on the end of a word? Yes, Thomas? What does ed on the end of a word usually tell us? Oh, you forgot? What does it mean, Juliana?
Past tense.
Past tense, very good. I love how you said that, past tense. Can anybody use the word assigned in a sentence? Clark,
I was assigned to do homework.
you were assigned to do homework. Very good. Can anybody else use that in a sentence? Teddy?
I was assigned for a project.
Oh, you used two words in a sentence. You used assigned and project. Two of our words. Bonus for you, Teddy. Good job. Assigned. And that's a verb because it's an action word. Verbs. Yes, Logan?
This runner assigns a lot of homework.
Oh, not quite true, right? I don't assign too much. Just enough, right? Just enough.
Enough to make us
Fine.
smarter.
Enough to make you smarter, that's right. Because we need to exercise our brains. Okay, very good. So let's write the word assigned. Assigned, A-S-S-I-G-N-E-D, assigned. Oh, it's got that tricky silent G in it, assigned. So we're going to say, a task, or we're going to say, when you are given work to do. When you are given work to do. When you're given work to do. Okay? Let's do that. What?
It's freezing outside.
Oh, but it's like warm in here.
Yeah. We need it to be warm.
You know, we need the circulation of the air. So assigned when you are given work to do. Very good. Oh, did everybody write that? Let's get that. Okay. Now this is an interesting word. Let's see if you know this one. This is the word mosaics. Who's heard of the word mosaics? Some people have heard of the word mosaics. So this might be a new word for a lot of you. Now this is a picture of mosaics. So you've probably seen them, but you just didn't know that's what they were called. So do you see them?
I don't think so.
So boys and girls, so listen carefully, okay? So mosaics are pictures or patterns made from smaller pieces of glass, stone, or other materials. So a mosaic, they have like mosaic windows. So like the stained glass windows at church might be considered a mosaic. There are mosaic tiles, stepping stones are mosaics. There would be mosaics on certain tables. Outdoor tables might have mosaics on them. Your floor, a tile floor could have mosaics on them. Yes.
There might be mosaics on a building.
On a building could have mosaics on it. Oh, you know what? I don't know how many of you have gone to Andrean High School ever? And if you look on the back of it, there's a big mosaic of Jesus on the back of it. That's a big mosaic. Yes. Yes.
I have a sentence.
Yes, with mosaic. Oh, can I give this sentence first and then you give me your sentence? We saw the brightly colored mosaics on the wall. These are brightly colored mosaics. What's your sentence?
The teacher assigned a project of mosaics.
Yes, you can make mosaics. Yes. Yes, Juliana.
Can mosaics also be made out of sequins?
Yes, you can make a mosaic out of sequins as well. Yes.
I have those on my carpet.
Oh, do you have them on your what?
On my carpet.
On your closet, yes. You can have something, a
Carpet. She
mosaic
said
pattern.
Carpet.
On what?
Carpet.
Carpet? Yes, you can have mosaic on the carpet. So you can have different mosaic patterns. Clark?
I
Pardon?
My mom made mosaics.
Your mom made a mosaic, okay. Yes, they're pictures or patterns. So you can make a mosaic pattern. Mikey?
And Notre Dame is like, it's a giant picture of Jesus on the end of the field, mosaic.
Yes, there's a mosaic of Jesus. Do you know what his nickname is?
I forgot.
Touchdown Jesus is what they call him. Touchdown Jesus. I see him every time I drive to my daughter's house. I drive right past Touchdown Jesus going and coming because she lives maybe a mile from him. So there you go. So a mosaic. You could create them. Who knows, maybe one day in our class we'll do a mosaic of something. Given the fact that I'm so very artistic, boys and girls. Mosaics.
Can you sew a blanket out of mosaic?
Well, it would be out of a mosaic pattern with fabric you would have to make. So some quilts kind of have a pattern that would be a mosaic pattern. So it would depend on what kind of textile you use. But it really refers to pictures and patterns that make up the mosaic. So that's really what it's referring to, is your pattern. Okay? Of mosaics. So let's write that. So this is pictures or patterns made from smaller pieces of glass, stone, or other materials. So you can make mosaics out of fabric as well. Yeah, so you could have a quilt like this. So you can make a quilt pattern of stone. This should be stone, sorry. Mosaics. Does everybody have that? That's a long one. Okay, let's finish. I know you have to look from way over there. We have to have people with keen eyesight to see from way over there. Yes.
I feel like I have really good eyesight because once we were in my grandma's backyard and they have a bunch of trees and I was looking in the forest for deer and I saw a bunch of deer and they were really hard to see because they were blending in with the trees.
Yes, what is that called?
And I was the one who found them.
What do you call that? What's that called? Clark?
Camouflage.
Camouflage, very good. Okay, now here's our next word. Here's the word retains. Oh, by the way, mosaics, did I tell you that that's a noun? Yeah, that's a noun. Okay, our next word is the word retains. Everybody say retains. Okay, this might be a new word. Now, retains is a verb. And retains means if someone retains something, it means he or she has something and they keep it. So you have something and you keep it. So here, Martia retains the award she won from the spelling bee contest. So she had it the year before and she kept it. Yes.
I have a sentence.
Yes, let me hear it.
What is the word?
Retains.
I retain the
Oh, you retain it, okay. What's your sentence?
I retain this water bottle.
Oh, you retain the water bottle. Yes.
I retain my baby blanket.
Oh, you retained your baby blanket, okay. Like it happens sometimes people get, retained in school, that means they repeat a grade, right? We hope it doesn't happen, but sometimes you need to. Sometimes some people, when they're little, aren't ready to go on. So that is an example of the word retain. Or sometimes when people aren't feeling good, they retain water. Have you ever heard, oh, I'm retaining water? It means your body's holding on to water. You're retaining it. Yes?
I retain my mask.
You retain what?
My mask.
Your mask? I don't know if that's the exact way to use that word, though. We can't use the word retain in any way we want. Retain. So, I'm going to go to the next page so I don't have to bend over so much. I'm going to erase that. So now we have the word retains. So let's write retains, R-E-T-A-I-N-S. And we'll say you have something and keep it. Excuse me.
Bless you. I bless you.
Thank you. And keep it. Now here's our next word. Our next word is the word precious. I think, have you heard of the word precious?
Yeah.
Yes. Precious is an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. So if something is precious to you, it is important or valuable to you. So it is important or valuable. And here's my example sentence. Julia's doll was precious to her because she received it from her mother on the day she was born. Precious. Precious. Do you have a sentence for precious? What's precious? What's the word precious you're going to give me, Yanni?
My glasses are precious to me.
Oh, your glasses are precious to you. Yes. Alisa.
My mom's things are precious.
Yes. Good one. Ivy.
This toy that I got is really precious to me from when I was a baby.
Yes. Very good. Precious. So let's write precious. P-R-E-C-I-O-U-S. So something, it is something that is important or valuable to you. I have my teddy bear that I have had since before I was born, and he is very precious to me. He is bald. He doesn't have any hair on him anymore because I slept with him every night from the time I was little till I was, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7. Teddy slept with me every night, and he got washed so many times. he doesn't have any hair, and his music box had to get taken out of him because it broke, and so he's got sewn up, and he is just so precious. He sits on my dresser. So Teddy is precious to me. The satin on his ears came off. He's kind of a mess, but he is so precious. I love my Teddy.
Oh, he's so creepy.
He's not creepy. He just looks old.
I don't know about that.
Teddy's not creepy. He's just old. He's just old. Not creepy. He doesn't look creepy. He just looks much loved and very precious. Okay, and I'm sure that one day you will have something that is equally precious and old. Okay. Oh, now, I know that you know this word. This is the word demolition. Demolition is a noun. So if you work in demolition, your job is to tear down or destroy buildings. Okay? And here's our example sentence. The demolition of the old building is happening now. Demolition. It's important that demolition of old buildings happens so to increase the value of city blocks. Demolition. Yes, Olive.
I have a sentence.
Yes.
The abandoned house is being demolished.
Yes. Or probably would say demolished,
Yeah.
which is a form of the word demolition.
I also have a table that I passed in front of the
Yes, I'm sure that you'll take good care of it and you'll have it for your whole life.
I'm gonna have it until I'm a grandma.
Yes, till you're a grandma like me. It's important to hold on to our little loveys that we always have. So demolition. Who else has got a word for demolition? Yes.
The whole neighborhood is in demolition because all the houses are old and mold.
Yes.
And
Oh, you know what's a good, did you ever see the demolition of a bridge? Oh.
Bridge? Oh, crazy.
When my kids were younger, there's a bridge on 41, the one that's by, where Menards and Home Depot is. Okay.
Yeah.
They replaced that bridge and they had to demolish it. They had to blow it up to replace it. And so it was a big deal. And so we took my son to go watch it get demolished. So they set the dynamite and they blow it up and then it collapses. So that was, well, it's not hazardous. Well, it can, time out, it can be hazardous. But there are people who are professionals whose job it is to know exactly how to do that in a safe way. That's what they do. They also have people who know how to tear down buildings and how to, especially very large buildings. So that is their job. They know exactly how to do it in a safe way. Clark? Okay, yes. Okay, so let's write the word demolition. It is D-E-M-O-L-I-T-I-O-N. Oh, it's got that Sean, T-I-O-N. That's an important syllable in English language because we hear it a lot, Sean. So demolition means to tear down or destroy buildings. Okay. That's all we have. Those are all of our words. Yes.
My lake bridge, it had to get demolition because it was too old.
Oh, and did they build a new one? Yes, I think we do have a new one. Okay, very good. So did you watch them do that? No. Okay, hands down. So, okay, everybody, let's have those. And then let's repeat these words after me. I'm going to hold them up, and you're going to repeat them. Okay, so what word is this, everyone? Mosaics. Retains. Let's all say it at the same time.
Demolition.
And let's try this one more time. Very nice. Okay, boys and girls. Those are the words we're going to be working on this week.